Welcome to Drunk Bible Study. This show's mission is to read every single word of the greatest story ever told. A warning to our listeners, the hosts of this show are sinners, but they're doing their best. There will be drinking and there may be some swears. They did say they'd try to keep it clean, but I wouldn't put my money on it.
I'm Emily, and this is Drunk Bible Study, where my good friends Didiker and Jace teach me, a born and raised atheist, all about the Bible. Here we are. This is the end of Zechariah.
Yeah.
The penultimate minor prophet episode.
Yes, the penultimate prophet, as we like to call him.
Mm-hmm. The penultimate prophet.
Penultimate prophet.
Only the penitent will pass. Do you remember?
Yeah.
The penitent
Only the
man
penitent
shall...
will.
Yeah.
The penitent man kneels before the Lord. Yeah, that's what he says when he ducks under the blade.
Yes. Yeah. But Sean Connery is like sitting there like, the penitent man shall pass. The penitent man shall pass. Yeah. But in his Sean voice.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
So yeah, this is the last episode of Zechariah, and then we're doing a quiz.
Woo.
So yeah, yikes.
This is a long, this is again like another long book to do a quiz on. Do you remember those days when you were
And
like,
really
whoa.
Trippy too.
Yeah, very trippy.
It's
Yeah,
gonna
very
be
weird.
tough.
I agree.
It's gonna be
I'm
tough.
not sure what they're going to have us sink our teeth into exactly.
Mhm. I don't know. It'll be an interesting time.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, here we are. Yeah. What have we learned from Zechariah so far?
Yeah. What have we learned?
We've learned about 8 visions.
Mm-hmm.
We've learned that God, as usual, oscillates between being happy and hating
Yeah.
and being a hater. And what else?
But the people came and were like, hey, should we do like a month of abstinence and crying?
Yeah.
And Yahweh took 2 chapters to answer through Zechariah, but eventually was like, nah, man,
Mhm.
party instead. Everything's cool now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's fun.
That is
And
cool.
horses. Lots about horses. Lots of horse
so
imagery.
many horses.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So many horses, wild horses.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think we pretty much covered it. I think we'd aced
Mhm.
the quiz just based on what we just recapped right there.
I agree. I think it's going to be a good time.
Yeah, we got the main
Yeah.
themes really in the book.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Okay, so is Matthew Lillard our Zechariah?
Oh.
Is it him? Have we not put him in anything? I find that hard to believe.
We have not. We have
Wow.
not. I wrote him down.
Yeah.
I think he's
Okay.
doing okay so far. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't anticipate. Well, I was going to say I can't anticipate anything happening that would change that casting, but you never know with this book. But
Yeah.
You never know, but I think that he would be good
Yeah.
for this. He's like,
Yeah.
so I had this vision and yeah, and like have like a
That's good,
fun
yeah.
vision
You got it.
time.
Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah. All
He
right.
looks like he's perpetually like in high school, but also kind of older than he should look if he were cast in that age group, you know?
Okay, yeah. No, I'm into it.
Yeah.
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 I'm into it.
Great.
That's fine. It's
Great.
good.
There we have it. I mean,
Okay.
he could lose it. We could have to replace him in this episode, but I
Yeah.
think we'll go with Matthew Lillard.
Okay, cool. Excellent. Let's
So
do
what kind of beautiful bluish, indigo-ish drink did you bring us?
it. Indigo's going to be next. So
Oh,
blue is this
wow.
time. I did.
Okay.
So okay, everyone. I was in the town of Jason Dedeker, Seattle over the weekend.
Uh-huh.
Town of Jason Dedeker.
Yes.
AKA Seattle. Yes.
Exactly. But when I got home, it kind of meant that like I had to make up for some of the time that I was there. And so I hit the ground running. So on Tuesday night when I got back, I had to run to Bevmo and I was able to get like a bunch of little bottles of various
Oh.
things
Nice.
to help me out with all of this. So I did end up getting blue curacao.
Mhm.
What is this? This is called like an envy or blue envy or something drink.
Ooh.
So it is blue curacao with a maraschino cherry and also tequila and pineapple juice.
Wow.
That's it.
Wow.
These are all very easy drinks. Easy, but y'all should try it.
It looks like a beautiful tropical ocean.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
It's supposed to.
Nice.
I'm envious of those who get to go to this tropical blue ocean.
And there it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
Beautiful.
So, what are y'all having?
I'm listeners who are listening to the recorded version. We're still doing our marathon recording, so I'm still working on my Seattle cider from previous. But on deck, I do have a Guinness to wash it down with.
Okay, a Guinness chaser.
Knowing Dedeker, you're only going to have 2 drinks throughout the 3 episodes.
Yep.
And the quiz. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Knowing Jace, are you continuing on the trend of your beer?
Yeah, so I've got a new beer for this one that I picked up. This is from Red Hook Brewing, which does have locations in Seattle, which is fun.
Cool.
This is called the Hazy Big Ballard Imperial IPA. And then underneath it has a tagline in quotes that says, "Yeah, sure, you betcha."
Oh, so, good.
Do people in Ballard sound like "Yeah, sure, you betcha"?
No, because people in Ballard are here in Seattle. And
that's what I thought. That's weird.
They talk like Seattle. Here are the words. It's very, we enunciate very clearly here in Seattle.
Yeah.
So I don't know why it says, "Yeah, sure, you betcha."
Wow.
I have no idea.
Yeah, that's funny. But you're continuing on the IPA trend.
Yes, but boy, it punched me in the face. This is an 8.7% beer. So yeah, it's a real... As soon as I took a taste, I was like, "Oh boy, I got to be careful here."
Yeah, it's a doozy. It's a doozy.
A hot beer.
Remember, we got to do a quiz after this.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
We're going to have to do a quiz at the end of the next episode, too, and that's going to be even worse.
Yeah, that's true. But it's okay. Yes. We're going to have a great time. Stick around. Right before our intermission, we're going to do some more giveaways of these custom laser-etched glasses to some lucky listeners who are in our live stream. So that's going to be super fun.
Yeah.
I'm drinking out of one right now. Mm-hmm.
Oh, beautiful.
My fave. All right, let's do it.
All right. So I guess let's just jump right into this, huh?
Heck yes.
Okay, so today we're going to be continuing on and finishing Zechariah with chapters, what is this? 11 through
to 14.
Yeah, 11 to 14, and then we're going to be reading 2 Psalms, 113 and 114. As we get started, we want to remind everyone to read responsibly and drink responsibly.
You can drink along with us, or you can listen while you're in the car.
But please do not do both at the same time.
And with that, Zechariah, chapter 11. Open your doors, Lebanon, that the fire may devour your cedars.
Whoa.
Boy.
Oh, okay.
Ding dong, it's fire.
Off to a good start.
Mm-hmm.
Wail, fir tree, for the cedar has fallen, because the stately ones are destroyed. Wail, you oaks of Bashan, for the strong...
So this is a tree-themed episode.
Yes, yeah. Very tree-heavy. For the strong forest has come down. A voice of the wailing of the shepherds, for their glory is destroyed. A voice of the roaring of young lions. Rawr, rawr. For the pride of the Jordan is ruined.
Uh-oh.
Thus says Yahweh my God, quote, feed the flock of slaughter. Their buyers slaughter them and go unpunished. Those who sell them say, blessed be Yahweh, for I am rich. And their own shepherds don't pity them. For I will no more pity the inhabitants of the land, says Yahweh. But behold, I will deliver the men, everyone into his neighbor's hand, and into the hand of his king. They will strike the land, and out of their hand I will not deliver them.
Of course.
So
I
fed the flock of slaughter, especially the oppressed of the flock. It's getting real weird.
Wait,
just gonna warn you.
What verse are you on? I can't even follow along.
This is 4.
Yahweh was like,
into 5.
Take care of this flock, because no one's taking care of them, and everyone hates them.
So fed the flock of slaughter, does that mean like the flock that is going to slaughter?
Yes.
Because that's real sad.
Yeah.
Okay.
So here's where it starts to get weird. So I fed the flock of slaughter, especially the oppressed of the flock. I took for myself 2 staffs. The one I called favor, and the other I called union, and I fed the flock.
What?
I cut off the 3 shepherds in 1 month, for my soul was weary of them, and their soul also loathed me.
Okay, hang on. I need to back up and hit you with some of the message here.
Yes,
because
please.
I'm getting some very different meaning from what I would have guessed from those words that you just said.
Okay.
So yeah, let me hit you with the message here. Okay, so starting from verse 4, it says, God commanded me, shepherd the sheep that are soon to be slaughtered. The people who buy them will butcher them for quick and easy money. What's worse, they'll get away with it. The people who sell them will say, lucky me, God's on my side. I've got it made.
What? Okay.
They have shepherds who couldn't care less about them.
Yeah.
God's decree, I'm washing my hands from the people of this land. From now on, they're all on their own. It's dog eat dog, survival of the fittest, and every person for themselves. Don't look for help from me. So I took over from the crass, money-grubbing owners and shepherded the sheep marked for slaughter. I got myself 2 shepherd staffs. I named one Lovely and the other Harmony.
Oh.
And then I went to work shepherding the sheep. Within a month, I got rid of the corrupt shepherds. I got tired of putting up with them, and they couldn't stand me.
Wow.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
That's an interesting, very down-home kind of country interpretation of what's going on.
Yeah, very different than
My
what I would have.
goodness. Yeah, down home.
Then I said, I will not feed you. Now I've picked up the accent.
Yeah, it's good.
Apparently
It's
you
good.
have.
That which dies, let it die. And that which is to be cut off, let it be cut off. And let those who are left eat each other's flesh.
Gross. Jeez.
Oh boy. So he's like, I'm going to take care of these sheep, but actually I'm not.
Wow.
My
Yeah.
goodness.
I took my staff, Favor, and cut it apart that I might break my covenant that I had made with all the peoples. It was broken in that day, and thus the poor of the flock that listened to me knew that it was the word of Yahweh. I said to them, if you think it best, give me my wages, and if not, keep them. Like, I don't even know what your job description was. How can I decide whether or not
Yeah, wait,
you...
who is he talking about? Like, is this a guy or is it just him?
Are the sheep going to pay him for rescuing them?
Oh, yeah, who's going to pay? Is it the shepherds that he ousted?
I'm sorry. Sheep don't have pockets to hold money. Okay?
That's true. That's true. But they could pay him in wool, I guess.
They could, yeah.
That's kind of sad.
Yes, sir. 3 bags full.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they weighed for my wages 30 pieces of silver.
Huh.
Oh, these freaking flush sheep.
Yeah. And they do have pockets, Emily.
Fine. Okay. Whatever.
Yahweh said to me, throw it to the potter, the handsome price that I was valued at by them. I took the 30 pieces of silver and threw them to the potter in the house of Yahweh.
Okay.
This may be part of more object lessons, like Jeremiah was so into.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I just, with Zechariah, I never know what actually happened and what was just some kind of vision, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah. No, nobody does. Chase.
Yeah, he could be hallucinating all of this.
Mm-hmm.
Right, right.
Then I cut apart my other staff, even union, that I might break the brotherhood between Judah and Israel. Yahweh said to me, take for yourself yet again the equipment of a foolish shepherd. Or,
Sir, hold on.
Okay. What?
Eugene says, God then said, dress up like a stupid shepherd.
What? What, Eugene? Eugene, why? What are you doing? What are you doing? Eugene gets sassy sometimes.
Oh, gosh.
what could that possibly look like?
I don't know.
Well, you said a shepherd of foolishness or something? Is that what the World English Bible said?
It says, take for yourself yet again the equipment of a foolish shepherd.
Okay.
So dress up like a stupid
Dress
shepherd.
up? Dress up. Okay. Got it.
Uh-huh.
Oh my goodness. For behold, I will raise up a shepherd in the land who will not visit those who are cut off, neither will seek those who are scattered, nor heal that which is broken, nor feed that which is sound, but he will eat the flesh of the fat sheep and will tear their hoofs in pieces.
No!
Goodness, I guess
Ugh.
that is a stupid shepherd.
Yeah, it's real stupid. Yeah.
He really doesn't do his job.
Yeah, just like wants to torture the sheep.
Yeah, you're supposed to keep them alive. You're
Yeah.
supposed to keep them alive.
Woe to the worthless shepherd who leaves the flock. The sword will be on his arm and on his right eye. His arm will be completely withered and his right eye will be totally blinded.
Okay.
That got strange.
Yeah, wow.
That's the end.
And that's the end of that
That's it.
chapter. Holy moly. Okay.
Holy moly.
Oh, okay.
All right, Zechariah,
That was weird.
chapter 12. An oracle. Oh, wow. I get all the oracle chapters, I guess.
You do. You do.
This one's also an oracle. The word of Yahweh concerning Israel. Yahweh, who stretches out the heavens and lays the foundations of the earth and forms the spirit of man within him, says, Behold, I will make Jerusalem a cup of reeling to all the surrounding peoples, and on Judah also it will be in the siege against Jerusalem. Also will it be in the siege against Jerusalem.
I don't know. Well, is that a question?
It's a question for me trying to understand what is going on.
So will it be? Yeah.
It will happen in that day that I will make Jerusalem a burdensome stone for all the peoples. All who burden themselves with it will be severely wounded, and all the nations of the earth will be gathered together against it. In that day, says Yahweh, I will strike every horse with terror.
No.
Yeah.
Oh no, they're all gonna get spooked.
Uh-huh. All of the Will Arnett's will be struck with terror, and his rider with madness.
Okay.
I know I'm like way behind the times here, but I was just playing some Elden Ring last night, and there's this tower that makes you go mad. And so I really relate to this verse here.
Which tower?
As the rider of the horse, I was being struck with madness.
Which tower?
We can't get into it right now, Emily. We can't.
Okay, fine.
We can't.
Gotta stay on task.
And I will open...
Someone in the chat tell us.
I will open my eyes on the house of Judah and will strike every horse of the peoples with blindness.
Wow.
Oh no.
No.
Yeah, poor horsies. The chieftains of Judah will say in their hearts, The inhabitants of Jerusalem are my strength in Yahweh of hosts, their God. In that day, I will make the chieftains of Judah like a pan of fire among wood, and a flaming torch among sheaves, and they will devour all the surrounding peoples on the right hand and on the left. And Jerusalem will yet again dwell in their own place, even in Jerusalem.
Even.
Okay, so like we're gonna set them on fire.
Yeah, just burnate them.
Yeah, sad for Will Arnett, as people in the chat are pointing out.
Burn and eat the horses?
It just seems like it's just gonna burn them.
No, I think it's...
This is horrifying.
Yeah.
So here's the message. Verse 6 says, on the big day, and big day is capital B, capital D.
Big day.
Big day.
Big day.
I'll turn the families of Judah into something like a burning match in a tinder dry forest.
Wow.
Like a fiercely flaming torch in a barn full of hay.
Okay.
They'll burn up everything and everyone in sight. People to the right, people to the left. While Jerusalem fills up with people moving in and making themselves at home. Again in Jerusalem.
Gosh.
Yeah. Yahweh also will save the tents of Judah first, that the glory of the house of David and the glory of the inhabitants of Jerusalem not be magnified above Judah. It's like, is this like some competition between Jerusalem and Judah?
Between who's going to burn better?
Like Israel and Judah? Or who's going to not burn?
Yeah.
It's confusing.
Yeah.
In that day, Yahweh will defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem. He who is feeble among them at that day will be like David, and the house of David will be like God, like the angel of Yahweh before them.
Of course, because he's obsessed with David.
With David, yes, absolutely.
David can do not a single wrong.
Yes.
Not a single one.
It will happen in that day that I will seek to destroy all the nations that come against Jerusalem. I will pour on the house of David and on the inhabitants of Jerusalem the spirit of grace and supplication, and they will look to me. And now there's a footnote here that says, after me, so they will look to me. The Hebrew has two letters, aleph, tav, the first and last letters of the Hebrew alphabet, not as a word, but as a grammatical marker. Cool.
For what grammar?
What is that?
They don't say what it is.
Yeah. What does that mean?
It doesn't say. Okay. It doesn't say.
What?
And they will look to me, whom they have pierced, and they shall mourn for him.
Pierce the toes.
Yes.
Okay.
And they shall mourn for him as one mourns for his only son, and will grieve bitterly for him as one grieves for his firstborn. In that day, there will be a great mourning in Jerusalem, like the mourning of Hadad-Dramon in the valley of Megadon.
Oh, that was a great morning. I don't know if you saw that one.
Oh, yeah, it was so
amazing.
intense.
I was there for it. It was awesome.
Yeah.
That's
The land will mourn, every family apart. The family of the house of David apart, and their wives apart. The family of the house of Nathan apart, and their wives apart. The family of the house of Levi apart, and their wives apart.
Oh, we got a drink for the repetition.
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy.
Oh, okay. All right.
The family of the Shemaites apart, and their wives apart. All the families who remain, every family apart, and their wives apart.
Goodness.
I like that we have to clarify each family, and also their wives. Them too.
No one's allowed to have their wives for this part of the morning.
No.
Let's be clear.
No.
Yeah, and everyone's going to be apart. Yeah. And that's it. That's the end of that chapter.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. I hope that chapter is not in the quiz.
Wait, this is probably time for our little break?
Okay. Should we do a giveaway
We should
break?
do a giveaway.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
We should.
We should. All right. First of all, if you're listening to this show and you're enjoying it, we would love your support in helping to grow this show. First thing is, come check out the live shows. They're a ton of fun. And even if you're not caught up on the show, they're a blast to come check it out. You can find information about those at drunkbiblestudy.com/live. You'll get the schedule of upcoming shows, the links, things like that. Also, if you want to contribute financially on Patreon, we have a Patreon at patreon.com/drunkbiblestudy. And as a thank you for becoming a parishioner there, we have things like early releases of episodes, personal toasts on the show, Emily's drink recipes, and our undying gratitude. And if you want to just join in with other Drunk Bible Study fans, you can join our Facebook group at Drunk Bible Study Fans and Fellowship, or you can check out our new Discord server at discord.drunkbiblestudy.com or drunkbiblestudy.com/discord. And you can join our server there and join in with other listeners and chat and share memes and trivia and jokes and casting suggestions and all those sorts of things.
And we're back. And it is time for lucky number 13 of... Who are we reading?
Zechariah.
That's the one. Zechariah. Oh, this is a quotation. There's a gnat in here. It is gnatting around my face.
It just wants to join the party.
It does, but yeah. I don't want it in my face at the same time that the party is happening. Okay. Quote. In that day, there will be a spring opened to the house of David and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem for sin and for uncleanliness. It will come to pass in that day, says Yahweh of hosts, that I will cut off the names of the idols out of the land, and they will no more be remembered. And also I will cause the prophets and the spirit of impurity to pass out of the land. It will happen that when anyone still prophesies. I was like, which one is it, Dedeker? Then his father and his mother who bore him will tell him. That reminds me of Spring Awakening. Anyone? Mama who bore me? Yeah.
Oh, right. Yep. Gotcha.
His mother who bore him will tell him, you must die because you speak lies in the name of Yahweh.
Goodness.
Whoa.
Wow.
Goodness gracious.
Wow.
And his father and his mother who bore him will stab him when he prophesies.
Whoa.
Jeez.
Wow. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. What is Eugene?
Yeah. What is Eugene?
Yeah. What is Eugene?
Let's see. If anyone dares persist in spreading diseased, polluting words, his very own parents will step in and say, that's it. You're finished. Your lies about God put everyone in danger. And then they'll stab him to death in the very act of prophesying lies about God.
No.
Wow.
I just love how nonchalant. And then they'll stab him to death.
Next, just check that list.
That's horrifying. Yes, that's horrifying. It will happen in that day that the prophets will each be ashamed of his vision when he prophesies. Sighs, still sighing. Prophesies, neither will they wear a hairy mantle to deceive.
Hairy mantle? What is that now?
A hairy mantle, I don't know, a hairy mantle to deceive. But he will say, I am no prophet, I am a tiller of the ground. For I have been made a bond servant from my youth. One will say to him, what are these wounds between your arms?
What? Between your arms?
Where? Like
under
between,
your
like
armpit,
like the
between
pits,
the tits?
or like the titties,
the chestal area.
the chest. Yeah. Then he will answer, those with which I was wounded in the house of my friends.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay, wow, hold on, back up. I'm just looking at what Eugene says here, and what? Okay.
What does he say?
So I'm going to go back to verse 6 to give a little context here. So he says, on the big day, again, that's capital B, capital D, on the big day, the lying prophets will be publicly exposed and humiliated.
Okay.
Then they'll wish they'd never swindled people with their, quote, visions. No more masquerading in prophet clothes, but they'll deny they've even heard of such things. Me, and this is in quotes now.
Me?
A prophet? Not me. I'm a farmer. I grew up on the farm. And if someone says, and so, where did you get that black eye? They'll say, I ran into a door at a friend's house.
What is Eugene saying?
What is happening here? Okay.
I don't know.
Oh, I see. Those with which I was wounded in the house of my friends. Got it. Okay.
So it seems
Yeah.
like the theme in common there is that it's going to be so shameful to be a prophet that you're going to be like, what? I've never been a prophet. Do you see me wearing prophet
That's
clothes?
ridiculous.
Like,
Yeah.
what? Like, no. And like, oh, this wound in my armpit, I was just like ran into a doorknob. My friends and I were playing pickleball together, and it's just.
Yeah.
Wait, so why are the prophets getting wounded?
I mean, have you
Because they're
listened to
fake
any of them?
prophets.
I mean,
Well, these are fake prophets.
Oh, I see.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Why are they getting wounded?
I think because God punched them. Oh, because their parents stabbed them to death.
Oh, yeah.
And that gave
Wait,
them a black
but
eye.
didn't stab them to death.
I got a black eye from being stabbed to death. You know?
Okay,
You know?
got it.
Probably the best possible outcome from being stabbed to death.
You know, I can kind of relate to this. Once, like a couple of years ago, I got up in the middle of the night and
Your
was.
parents tried to stab
No,
you to
I was
death?
going to the bathroom.
Uh-huh.
I was going to the bathroom, right? I was sitting on the toilet, and like the door had kind of swung open toward me, but it was pitch black. I didn't turn on the lights because I didn't want my eyes to wake up, you know? And I was sitting on the toilet and I sneezed. And you know, when you sneeze, you kind of jerk forward.
Did you jerk forward into the door?
Yeah. So I hit my forehead on the doorknob and like cut my forehead open and was like bleeding all over myself.
What?
Hold on.
I'm sorry, when
pause.
was-
Pause.
Yeah,
Pause.
when it was Dedeker
First of
wasn't
all-
there, and I don't recall this. So was
Yeah,
this
hold
like
on.
the other day when you were like a baby? Because we've known you for at least half your life.
Yeah, when
This
was
is
not
this?
quite that long.
2-3 years ago. Just
What?
somewhat recently.
You never told us this
Yeah.
story.
Yeah, come on.
I know. I haven't because
Because how could you explain that? That sounds so fishy. That sounds like your abusive
Right?
husband
It does sound fishy.
got to you. And
it sounds super weird. So, and then I was like, oh crap. And, had to like, grab like toilet paper, put it on my forehead to stop the bleeding. And then it stopped. And the next morning I, come down and I was at my mom's house when this happened. So then the
Okay.
next morning I come down and I have this big scar on my forehead from where I split it open. And they're like, what happened? I was like, yeah, well, so in the night I got up and it was dark and the door was partly open and I walked into it and split my forehead open. So it's like I came up with like a weird, inconceivable, but less embarrassing lie than I was, on the toilet and sneezed.
Okay, so we've learned
It's
a number of
amazing.
lessons on this show. One of them is never look a dove in the eye, and the other one is never
Mhm.
sneeze when you're on the toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here's the funny
Wait,
thing.
okay, what is that glass going to look like?
That graphic design is beyond my skills. Yeah. What's funny is this is the second time this has happened to me, not on the toilet, but the other time was when I was in high school band. I sneezed and jerked forward and hit my head on the mouthpiece of my tuba in band class.
Forgot you were a
And-
tubist.
Jeez, I have never injured myself as the result of sneezing. I need
Me
to watch you
neither.
the next time you sneeze.
I've done it
I've
twice
never seen it
now.
be that dramatic.
How much do you? Oh, you have a pretty big sneeze. Dedeker and I don't think have big sneezes. Mine is rather cat-like.
Maybe I just have bigger sneezes.
Yeah, Emma's definitely sneezes like a cat. I think I'm kind of the middle path between the two of you, and I guess you have a big enough, like a dangerously large sneeze.
No, nobody has a
Yeah, I
bigger
guess
sneeze than my
so.
boyfriend. Good Lord.
Yeah.
It's huge. It's immense. But Jace, yours is big enough that you hurt yourself on the reg.
Yeah.
So,
On the reg. I mean, twice in my lifetime, but I guess if that counts as on the reg,
it's
then
regular
sure.
enough. That's amazing.
Okay, can we come back to the Bible?
Yeah, okay, here
Sure,
we are.
sure.
7. Awake, sword, against my shepherd, and against the man who is close to me, says Yahweh of hosts. Strike the shepherd, and the sheep will be scattered, and I will turn my hand against the little ones. Whoa.
Oh,
Like the little sheep or the little people?
I think it's a little sheepies.
That's horrible too. I hate it. It shall happen that in all the land, says Yahweh, 2 parts in it will be cut off and die, but the third will be left in it. I will bring the third part into the fire
Whoa.
and will refine them as silver is refined, and I will test them like gold is tested. They will call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they will say, Yahweh is my God. That's it.
Wow. Oh, boy.
Okay.
This must be like we're retroactively saying this is what happened, right? We're like 2/3 got killed.
I don't know what's happening.
1/3 I've purified, and now we're back, right? Right?
Yeah, sure. Sure. I'm going to read chapter 14 and bring this home and close out this
Okay,
book,
great.
and then we'll do a queen, and it'll
Do
be
it.
great.
Okay, please.
Yeah, great.
Behold,
Okay.
a day of Yahweh comes when your spoil will be divided in your midst. For I will gather all nations against Jerusalem to battle, and the city will be taken, the houses rifled, and the women ravished. Good. It's good.
Yeah,
Boy.
of course.
There was someone in the chat earlier was pointing out that there's a surprisingly low amount of misogyny in this book so far. So,
Well, they had to throw it in a little bit.
yes, yeah.
Just a little.
Yeah. Well, but I think that this is at least. Oh no, this is Yahweh doing it. Okay, never mind.
Okay.
Carry on.
Half of the city will go out into captivity, and the rest of the people will not be cut off from the city. Then Yahweh will go out and fight against those nations as when he fought in the day of battle. His feet will stand in that day on the Mount of Olives, which is before Jerusalem on the east.
Just like a huge amount of olives.
No, this is
The Mountain of Olives?
the Mount of Olives is famous later on.
Oh,
Right?
really?
Because isn't that like where the Garden of Gethsemane is? Or am I confusing that with something else?
That does sound familiar. It
Oh.
might be.
I know, my Lord. I know. That's a
Mhm.
great song in Jesus Christ Superstar.
Yes. Yeah. I did
Yeah.
go there, but I'll tell that story later when we're actually at that point in the Bible.
Yeah.
A mountain of olives. And the Mount of Olives will be split in 2 from east to west, making a very great valley. Half of the mountain will move toward the north and half of it toward the south. You shall flee by the valley of my mountains, for the valley of the mountain shall reach to Azel. Yes, you shall flee, just like you fled from before the earthquake in the days of Uzziah, king of Judah. Yahweh my God will come, and all the holy ones with you. It will happen in that day that there will not be light, cold, or frost. It will be
Okay.
a unique day, which is known to Yahweh.
Okay.
Not day and not night, but it will come to pass that at evening time there will be light.
Ah.
This is a unique day. He's not wrong.
Yeah, that is a unique day.
It's
Yeah,
such a
it's not
unique
day
day.
or night, but then in the evening there will
There's
be
going to be light. Okay.
Okay.
It
okay.
will happen in that day that living waters will go out from Jerusalem, half of them toward the eastern sea and half of them toward the western sea. In summer and in winter it will be. Yahweh will be king over all the earth. In that day Yahweh will be one, and his name one. All the land will be made like the Arabah, from Geba to Rimmon, south of Jerusalem, and she will be lifted up and will dwell in her place, from Benjamin's gate to the place of the first gate, to the corner gate, and from the tower of Hananel
To
the
mess around
king's-
gates.
to the king's wine presses. You get a gate, and you get a gate.
She was in the last book.
She was.
Yeah,
yes.
she was. Yeah.
Men will dwell therein, and there will be no more curse, but Jerusalem will dwell safely. This will be the plague with which Yahweh will strike all the peoples who have warred against Jerusalem. Are you ready for this? He's describing the plague.
Yeah.
Colon.
Okay. Oh, wait. What? We're in a plague now. We're in a plague.
Now
time.
he's like, all the people who have warred against Jerusalem, this is the plague that I'm going to strike them with.
Okay.
Their flesh will consume away while they stand on their feet, and their eyes will consume away in their sockets, and their tongue will consume away in their mouth. Sounds awful.
Yeah.
Sounds like a real awful,
Sounds
like
real bad.
necrotic bacteria situation.
Death.
It will happen in that day that a great panic from Yahweh will be among them, and they will lay hold everyone on the hand of his neighbor, and his hand will rise up against the hand of his neighbor. Everyone's going to be kung fu fighting. Judah will also fight at Jerusalem, and the wealth of all the surrounding nations will be gathered together, gold and silver and clothing in great abundance,
Okay.
all the treasures.
Yeah.
So will be the plague of the horse, of the mule, of the camel, and of the donkey, and of all the animals that will be in those camps as that plague. It will happen that everyone who is left of all the nations that came against Jerusalem will go up from year to year to worship the King, Yahweh of hosts, and to keep the Feast of Tents. It will be that whoever of all the families of the earth doesn't go up to Jerusalem to worship the King, Yahweh of hosts, on them there will be no rain. Like rain coming down from the heavens.
Okay. Yeah.
If the family of Egypt doesn't go up and doesn't come, neither will it rain on them. There will be the plague with which Yahweh will strike the nations that don't go up to keep the Feast of Tents.
I see. And sorry, in this context, not getting rained on is bad.
Well, yes, if you're an agrarian culture, not getting rained on is bad.
No, that makes sense. I was just thinking more of like, it's like rain on your wedding day. But this is different. This is like, it's like no rain on your crops all year.
Wait,
Exactly.
why are
Now
you
you're dead? Like,
Okay. Yeah.
This will be the punishment of Egypt and the punishment of all the nations that don't go up to keep the Feast of Tents. In that day, there will be on the bells of the horses.
What?
Now, this is in all caps.
I love that on the bells.
Holy
of the
to
horses.
Yahweh!
Oh,
That's going to be on all the bells on all the horses.
All the horses have jingle bells.
They're
on them.
jingle horses.
Jingle horses.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Giddy up, jingle horse.
And they say, Holy
Pick
to
up your
Yahweh on the bells.
Holy to Yahweh.
And the pots. And the pots in Yahweh's house will be like the bowls before the altar. Yes.
yes.
Every pot in Jerusalem and in Judah will be holy to Yahweh of hosts.
Yes.
And all those who sacrifice will come and take of them and cook in them.
Okay.
Okay. And this took a left turn I did not expect.
In that
All
day,
the pots are great. They're holy. Everyone's going to cook with them. It's going to be...
The pots are so great.
In that
they're all
day-
cast iron. It's amazing.
meant the last
Yeah.
verse. In that day, there will no longer be a Canaanite in the house of Yahweh of hosts. Done.
Okay.
Done.
Weird.
Done forever.
Weird. What?
Yeah, that went in a weird direction.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every pot is holy, though. Any kind of pot.
Yeah.
Any kind of pot.
Any kind of pot is holy. And that's the end of Zechariah.
Yeah, that's it. That's the end.
What
even happened? I don't know.
What even happened? Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
No, I don't know. But I think we should have a nice palate cleanser with some psalms and then go take a quee.
Oh yeah, some psalms. Okay.
Okay, great.
Okay, I'm doing a psalms this time.
And now it's time for Silly Psalms with DBS, the part of the show where DBS comes out and reads some psalms.
Good job.
Is this me?
That's you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, wow.
Do you have to get it up?
Psalm 113. Praise Yah.
Yeah.
Praise you, servants of Yahweh. Praise Yahweh's name. Blessed be Yahweh's name from this time forward and forevermore.
Forevermore.
From the rising of the sun to its going down, Yahweh's name is to be praised. Yahweh is high above all nations, his glory above the heavens. Who is like Yahweh our God,
No one.
who has his seat on high, who stoops down to see in heaven and in earth? He raises up the poor out of the dust, lifts up the needy from the ash heap, that he may set him with princes, even with the princes of his people. He settles the barren woman in her home as a joyful mother of children.
Oh.
Praise Yah.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. That's it. That's 113.
Wait, really? Oh, okay.
Oh,
Here we go.
So short. Yeah.
Short and sweet.
114. When Israel went out of Egypt, the house of Jacob, from a people of foreign language, Judah became his sanctuary, Israel his domain. The sea saw it and fled. The Jordan was driven back. The mountains skipped like rams. The little hills like lambs. Oh, we're doing a little rhyming.
It's so cute.
What was it? You see that you fled. Oh, that's cute. They're saying you see as in like a S-E-A. See.
What was it, you ocean? Like,
You
what is it, you
see?
see? Okay.
Yeah, that fled.
Okay.
You Jordan that you turned back. You mountains that you skipped like rams. You little hills like lambs. Tremble, you earth, at the presence of the Lord, at the presence of the God of Jacob, who turned the rock into a pool of water, the flint into a spring of waters. That was cool. That was a good one.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Lots of good imagery in that one. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, everyone. We're going to make Quee time. We're going to take and make a Quee.
Oh, yes.
Whew.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we got to close this
Yes,
out, though.
we will. So stay tuned for the bonus.
I'm really nervous
and
because
see how you do.
yeah, we haven't done a bonus or we haven't done a quiz that was like more than 2 episodes in a while. So I'm worried about it, but here we go. Thank you for joining us for Bible study today. If you want to join the audience in our live stream shows, follow us on Twitch at Drunk Bible Study or go to drunkbiblestudy.com/live. If you want even more Drunk Bible Study, including early releases, cocktail recipes, personal toasts on the show, and more, become one of our patrons at patreon.com/drunkbiblestudy. If you enjoy the show, take a moment to subscribe and then write us a nice review on iTunes, letting other people know what you like about it. You can also join fellow listeners in the Drunk Bible Study Fans and Fellowship Facebook group or join our Discord server at discord.com/drunkbiblestudy. Wait, crap. Discord.drunkbiblestudy.com. Find us on Twitter at DrunkBibleCast, on Instagram at Drunk Bible Study, or send us an email to info@drunkbiblestudy.com. Drunk Bible Study is created and produced by Jace Lindgren, Dedeker Winston, and me, Emily Matlack. Our theme song is Book Club by Josh and Anand from their album, Home of the. For more information, visit us at drunkbiblestudy.com.
I made a memory about your dad. He's in a book